Hare Krishna. Haribol dear devotees, Hare Krishna. So today we have come for our English class, Bhakti Tattva Viveka, analysis of the nature of Bhakti. So we will start with our prayers. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we have come for our Bhakti Tattva Viveka. So we'll offer our respects and humble obeisances for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and we are going to take you for a garden. There we will pluck flowers and offer for Bhaktivinoda Thakur as well as for this Bhakti Tattva Viveka scripture. So, nice flowers, but they were moving very fast, so you will have to pluck fast. Okay, so we'll offer all these flowers for Bhaktivinoda Thakur and for the scripture, Bhakti Tattva Viveka, and we'll go for our Gaudita. And nice sunflowers, beautiful sunflowers. Please pluck them and offer them for our Gaudita. Nice sunflowers, no? Very, very beautiful sunflowers. So we can offer them for Gaunitai. And for Gaunitai, we have nice one pot full of kheer with all pista, badam, and all rose petals and kumkum, everything. So it's all nice. We can offer this with the matka for Gaunitai. Yesterday only we had a Panihati festival for Gaunitai. So today we will offer this nice kheer for them. And then for Radha Krishna, we have beautiful pathway flowers. Nice roses. Nice, no? Very, very beautiful, these flowers. Okay, so nice flowers. So now we can offer these things for Radha and Krishna. And then for Radha and Krishna, we have a very nice thali. You see them, they're so small, so beautiful, Radha and Krishna. So here paneer sabji, roti, naan, fried rice, then paneer tikka, then papad, rose milk, then sweet, uh, so many varieties of sabjis, and then curd. Curd also we have, variety curd. So lemon, everything is there. So you can, it's all very nice items. Can very happily, very enjoyingly, you can offer these things for Radha and Krishna. Because first of all, we should like what we are going to offer for Radha and Krishna. We should like, okay, this preparation is good, this color is good, this is wonderful. I can offer these things for, first of all, our heart has to be satisfied with this bhoga. Then only we will be able to offer it lovingly. So now this rose milk color is very, very nice. And naan also, no, they have made it a very perfect color with perfect butter naan. So even the fried rice, everything is pakka. So some sweet rice is also there. So everything is nice. So we can offer these paneer sabjis there, then chana sabjis there, mixed sabjis there, so jackfruit sabjis there. So everything we can offer for our Radha and Krishna, very beautiful Radha and Krishna. Okay, so we'll offer them very lovingly and pray to Krishna that let your transcendental senses be happy. Let your transcendental senses become satisfied, Krishna. Like that we can ask Krishna. Okay, now for Radha and Krishna, here, very beautiful Radha and Krishna, we have nice, we are going for fruit garden. We are going for a fruit garden. So, seems to be this. So green color apples. So these are green color apples. They are very, very nice. So we can offer all these green color apples. One tree full of apples are there. That too, bunches of apples are there. We can very nicely offer them for our Radha and Krishna with Manjari Tulasi. So here we have nice chart item. So this is a chart item. I think inside there must be dahi vada or some dahi mixed some chaat item. This is. So I think dahi vada only, because sweet chutney is also there. Mixed, everything is there. So we can offer this for our Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we can very lovingly offer this chaat item for Srila Prabhupada, take his blessings, and then we will go for these fruits. Okay. Nice pomegranate. Nice pomegranate fruits are there. So you can offer all this for Radha and Krishna, and then for our Srila Prabhupada, and take blessings from him. Here we have some flowers for offering for our Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. very nice flowers. That color itself is very, very sweet in color. That white and light baby pink color mixed. No, very, very, just like a sweet. It is very tasty to see also. It is very nice. Okay, so all complete trees with full of these flowers. We can offer these flowers, Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet, and then we'll go for our His Holiness Manu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. So this is some item. They have put olives and sweet corns, then cheese, everything together, and they made it as a pancake. Okay, so we can offer this for our His Holiness Manu Swami Maharaj. So we will offer this for our His Holiness Manu Swami Maharaj, and then take blessings from him. Then we can go for our there are also some fruits for His Holiness Manu Swami Maharaj. We will offer this. This is the green color apple which we showed before also. There is one more apple also here. Nice apple. Pink color apple. So this is grapes. Very nice grapes garden. So much of grapes. On the rainy season. So what happened? Screen share has gone. Something wrong with that video. So we've lost. Just a minute. Again, I have to go and bring it here. Okay. So we can't go for it once again because there is some problem, I think, with this video. That's why something has happened. But we will try. It was so nice. We'll try once again. We'll try once again. So these are the apples, green apples, which we saw before also. And now we will get the pink apples and then grapes. These are the pink apples, green apples, and then pink apples are there. After which we will get that grapes, I think. Some grapes, yeah. So this is grapes garden. We can pluck as much as grapes you want. So nice grapes. See, coming and bunches of grapes are coming and going. Okay. So now we'll go for our Maharaj lotus feet. for His Holiness Manaswami Maharaj, lotus feet, we will offer these flowers. So we are seeing so many honeybees there. So that means so much of honey is there in these flowers. That's why there are so many honeybees. We are able to see such nice, wonderful flowers. So these are all some hibiscus varieties, and the color also, you see such wonderful colors. So we can all bunches of flowers, we can offer these flowers for Maharaj. How much ever you want, you can pluck it and offer it for Maharaj lotus feet. Okay? Hare Krishna. Now, we'll go for our class. Now, Bhaj. Ha. So, these are all the four conclusions which we came the other day. Okay, these are the four conclusions. And then we'll go for today's class. So, this is Bhaj. Bhaj means service. So, what we finished the last day, that one we are going through again. Bhaj means service. Bhakti means service to Krishna. Practice of bhakti means intense service, means continuously serving Krishna. Practice of bhakti is intense service. Bhakti is intense. So we can come to a conclusion. Bhakti means service to Krishna, and then bhakti is intense service to Krishna. So ultimately, from service, we are coming to, from service, we are coming down to intense service to Krishna. Intense service to Krishna. Okay, so intense service to Krishna. So they are particularly telling about Krishna. This point we have to note down. So why they are only telling about Krishna? Why not bhakti, not for other forms of Krishna? We can do bhakti for Rama, Narsinghadev, and everybody. But then they are keeping Krishna's worship as a number one and as secondary worship for all other forms of Krishna, because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and other forms are all they are all coming from Krishna's form. So that is why Krishna's worship is number one worship. That's why they are just telling intense service to Krishna. Exactly, they are using the word Krishna. They are not using the words of other avatars or other forms of Krishna. In this particular area, Maharaj is telling, Hare Krishna. So now service to Krishna. This is what Maharaj is very much. He is insisting on service to particular form, that is Krishna. Why? Because Maharaj is telling that even liberation and even any kind of liberation or anything, mukti or anything like that, only Krishna can give, and not other forms of Krishna also cannot, not other forms of Krishna. So Maharaj was telling about this very detailedly. He was giving this example of this Shishupal, and the when this Shishupal, when he got killed by Krishna, at that moment he got liberation directly by Krishna. But when he came in the beginning as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, and then Ravana and Kumbhakarna, these three times this with Ajaya, Vijaya, they took three births. In three births, they could not attain mukti, liberation. But only when they got killed by Krishna, they got the direct liberation. So what happened was that when Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, when they came and killed by other forms, Nrsingadev and one more, Vamana, one more, Hiranyakashipu was killed by Hiranyakashipu was killed by Nrsingadev, and Hiranyaksha was killed by another avatar of Krishna. So when after which they took very nice birth, they had very nice birth. They came as Ram and Ravana and Kumbhakarna. So at that moment, Varaha. So what happened? After which they took birth, they did not got liberated. They got a good birth. Again, they came as Ravana and then Kumbhakarna. So then again, Ram came and killed them. Then again, they got even more good birth, and they became as Shishupal and this one more demon. So then at last, when they got killed by Krishna, then only they got liberated, and they got their spiritual world. So that is how Maharaj is explaining when somebody is killed. So when somebody is killed by other forms of Krishna, they are not even getting this mukti. Even mukti, only the Mukti Devi, she depends upon Krishna, directly Krishna. So only Krishna form, only through Krishna form, we get mukti and bhakti. So that is why this Shuddha Bhakti is specially allocated for the Krishna form. So this is what Maharaj got to this conclusion with this particular incident. So whenever he used to tell that what is the difference between other forms of Krishna and Krishna's form. So this is the main main incident what Maharaj always says. Okay, so Jiva is servant. Object of bhakti or object of love is Bhagavan, and that too, that Bhagavan should not be as a Brahman or Paramatma. But if he is Bhagavan, Krishna, then it is fine. It is Krishna Anusiranam. Final shelter of all forms of God is Krishna. So this is what is a complete conclusion. So in this page, we have got all the conclusions. So we should not have object of love or bhakti as Brahman or Paramatma. And we can have as a secondary, but final shelter is Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. Okay. Bhakti is performed for Krishna. Why? Because Lord Krishna is one and only. Krishna is a main form from whom comes many forms. Narayana, Rama, Narsingha, Vamana. Full service to the form of Krishna is topmost. Is Full service to the form of Krishna is the topmost. Is the topmost. Is the topmost. Full service to other forms are secondary. Did you notice this? Secondary. They keep this as secondary. Secondary bhakti. Bhakti is for Bhagavan alone. See? Bhakti is for Bhagavan alone. It's really surprising. And even in Bhagavad Gita, the last chapter, somewhere I saw Prabhupada is also giving in his purport that pure bhakti you can do for Krishna and pure bhakti cannot be done for other forms of Krishna. But why? We can argue that pure bhakti can be done for Rama and Narsingha and other forms. But there in his purport he is writing that for Krishna means we are not expecting, not even a single expectation is there. That is called pure bhakti. But to Narsinghadev or to Rama or to somebody, we expect that Narsinghadev will come and protect us, and some expectations are there. So like this, that is why to Krishna there is no expectation at all. That is why Bhagavan is a final and pure bhakti to Bhagavan is a topmost. Okay, others are comparatively secondary. Okay, so yeah, this is the same thing. Absolute. Yeah, this is the same thing. The absolute appears as three varieties. Why? According to the qualification of the jiva, the absolute Krishna becomes in three varieties. What is the qualification of the jiva? They make an effort to escape from Maya. When they make this effort, their qualification is different. That means they are wanting to worship Brahman. So they want this, what to say, merging into Brahman, and they want escapism. They don't want suffering. That is why their qualification is very low. So because the jiva is very little qualified, only Krishna can show his only Brahman aspect for this jiva. They are not bothered to love Krishna or to intensely serve Krishna. This is the problem. They are bothered for themselves. They make effort to see the absolute by jnana, but they cannot. But they can perceive only Brahman, not Krishna. Shrutis seem to establish the impersonal Brahman. Shrutis, generally when we study Shrutis, it seems as if they are glorifying impersonal Brahman without quality. But actually they are glorifying the absolute with qualities. We can know this by remembering how the Shrutis became Shrutichari Gopis. Isn't it? So we can know this because we see that the gopis, many gopis are the Shrutichari Gopis, Munichari Gopis, and real gopis who are coming from Goloka Vrindavana. So, and Nitya Siddha Gopis, and then Sadhana Siddha Gopis. So, Nitya Siddha Gopis are from Goloka Vrindavana, and Sadhana Siddha Gopis are from our material world. So many varieties of gopis are there. Then how come the Shrutichari Gopis, Shrutis, if they are, how come the Shrutis became gopis if they are glorifying a Brahman? How can they become gopis? So it seems to be like that, but it is not actually. So glorifying impersonal Brahman, it is actually glorifying Krishna. So each and every word, when they glorify, when we go deeply inside and see, there will be, we can see Krishna in his personal form. Okay, so now we have got this about this Brahman. We have got something to say about this Brahman. So we are going to give this page for you in a big in big screen. I will just take 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. I need to go and come just 1.5 minutes or 1 minute. Please, before that, you please read this. After which we will come and do workshop for this. Okay? Hare Krishna. Just a minute. You go through the page. Hare Krishna. So, sorry, dear devotees, Hare Krishna. Okay, so now, for instance, the Shrutis say that the Absolute does not have hands, feet, or ears, but does everything, goes everywhere and hears everything. The conclusion is that the Absolute does not have material hands, feet, and ears like the conditioned Jiva, but instead has an eternal form which is purely spiritual beyond the 24 material elements. Ultimately, by following the path of impersonal jnana, one can only realize the impersonal Brahman. The subtle point is that this impersonal jnana is a material conclusion based on thinking that we are something other than the material universe. Okay? Yeah, so now we have to do this. We will go for a workshop. Otherwise, no, we cannot understand this. It's easy only. Just we will put it in a. Shrutis say that the Absolute does not have hands. So Shrutis, what do they say? Shrutis. They are saying that Absolute is not having a the Shrutis say. What do they say? The Absolute does not have. This is one point. Say that the Absolute does not. Absolute means that the Lord that the Lord does not have hands, feet, or ears, but does everything, goes everywhere, and hears everything. See, this is something opposite, no? So in this we can get the conclusion. The conclusion is that the Absolute does not have here the Lord. We will put Lord. Does not have material hands, feet, and ears like the conditioned jiva, but instead have, like the conditioned jiva, an eternal form which is purely spiritual beyond the 24 material elements. Okay, this is what is the ultimate. So now we will put all these things like this. Okay, now so the Shrutis say that the Lord does not have hands, feet, or ears. This is first point. Okay, the Shrutis first say that Krishna doesn't have, the Lord doesn't have hands, feet. So only if we take this part, this first part, and omit the second part, then what will happen? We will not get the correct answer. Okay, but does everything. That means Lord does everything. But does everything means, but Lord does everything. Yeah, he's bringing all the world. He's creating all the world. He's manifesting everything. How can he do that if he doesn't have hands, feet, or ears? So that means we have to understand that it's actually he has everything. Lord has everything. The conclusion is that the Lord does not have material hands, feet, and ears like the conditioned jiva. Okay, so the Lord does not have material hands. This is what is the point. No, the Lord does not have material hands, material feet, and material ears like us. Okay, that is a point. The conclusion is that it's a third point. The Lord does not have material hands, feet, and ears like the conditioned giver, but instead has an eternal form which is purely spiritual, beyond the 24 material elements, but instead has an eternal form. So he has an eternal form. He doesn't have a material form. That is all. Beyond the 24 material elements. The 24 material elements, these are all 24 material elements. This is 24 material elements. So the Lord is not made up of these 24 material elements. He is made up of spiritual, and he is completely spiritual, not conditional. That's all. Eternal form. It has the eternal form. So ultimately, by following the path of impersonal jnana, one can only realize the impersonal Brahman. So if they think like this, the Shrutis say that the Lord does not have hands and feet and ears. Oh, for me, the Lord, Shrutis and all are saying that the Lord doesn't have anything, no hands, no form. So then I also believe that. That means we will end up in impersonal Brahman. That's what they're saying here. This is the ultimate point. Ultimately, these people end up only in Brahman. The subtle point is that this impersonal jnana is a material conclusion based on thinking that we are something and that we are something other than the material universe. So this is a material conclusion based on thinking that we are something other than the material universe. Okay, this is our material conception. That's all. It's all material conception. So now, fifth point we can write here. Fifth point, Krishna is equal to eternal form. Krishna has the eternal form, eternal spiritual form, and not a form made of 24 material elements. 24 material elements. That's all. Okay. So this is what is the conclusion. So if somebody is believing only first line they are taking and the second line they are not ready to take, means they are in trouble. Okay, so then they will come to this. Ultimately, these people, the Gyanis, they will end up in the impersonal Brahman, and they will conclude that thinking that impersonal Jnana, material, Krishna is in the material universe with material elements like that. They will conclude something like this, saying that Krishna doesn't have hands, feet, ears, and he's Nirakara. Nirakara means no, nothing is there. So actually, Shrutis mean to say that he doesn't have material form. He doesn't have material things. But by mistakenly, these people, these Jnanis, they will come to a material conclusion based on thinking that we are something other than the material. We are something other than the material universe. What they will think that we are also like this. We are something other than the material universe. So we are also not material, and the Lord is also not material. That means the Lord doesn't have any form, any hands, any qualities, nothing is there. And we join with the Lord, merge with the Lord, then we also don't have any qualities. We also don't have any form like that. So this is the problem. So now I think you would have understood these points. These are the Gyanis. This is for the Gyanis. Okay, so now we have to write this Gyanis. Gyanis. Gyanis think like this. Gyanis think like this. Okay, that's all. We got all the point. Subtle point. Subtle point. Subtle point. Okay, so we finished this page. In this, we took all these things. Okay, so now we can understand this page very nicely. Now we are going for the next page. It takes shelter of matter. It is a material conclusion. At last, they are taking shelter of the matter. At last, it is a material conclusion. By coming to a conclusion opposite to matter, it produces absolute, which is opposite to matter. But the logic cannot produce a proper conclusion about the highest spiritual object. Jiva Goswami has described the object of realization of the Adhyatmika Jnani. Okay, so it takes shelter of matter. It is a material conclusion. By coming to a conclusion opposite to matter, it produces an absolute which is opposite to matter. So this much we can take. Everything we will paste it here. So here we have it takes shelter of matter. This is the 8th point. It means this Jnani is they think like this, that it means they are telling about the law Brahman, because Brahman doesn't have name, so they are saying it there is no respect also. It takes shelter of matter. It is a because they are telling like this, it is a material conclusion. Okay, so this is 9th point. It's a material conclusion. Then by coming to a conclusion opposite to matter, this is the 9th point. 9th point, matter. It produces an absolute. It produces an absolute which is opposite to matter. By coming to a conclusion opposite to matter, it produces an absolute which is opposite to matter. So, actually, Krishna is opposite to matter. Krishna is actually opposite to material. Material is Jada. And Krishna is spiritual. That is what they want to say. But then they come to a wrong conclusion by saying that all the matter will have material things will have hands, legs, and everything, and spiritual doesn't have all these things. So they are not accepting the fact that spirituality. They are not accepting that spirituality. In spiritual world also, everything is. They have spiritual body. They have spiritual hands, spiritual legs, and they have all the activities. So this point they are missing. This is the problem with them. So we finish the second page also. We finish in this page itself. We finish the second page. Next we are going Pratamataha. So now I'll make it with Pratamataha. Stotrana hi vivekastavaneva yavata jadatirikta chinmatram vastu pastitam bhavati tasmim chinmatre api vastuniye visheshaha swarupa bhuta shakti siddha bhagavatadi rupa vartante tam tuthe vivektum na kshamante yatha diva rajani kandini Jyotishi Jyotirmatratve api ye mandalantar bahishcha divya vimanadi paraspara prutak prutak bhuta rasmi paramanu rupa vishesham stam sharma chakshusho vivekam na kshamante tadva urvavacha yadi mahakripa visheshana divya drishtita bhavati tada visheshopalabhi chabhaveta chin nirvesasa chinmatra Brahma Brahmano Bhavavena Tallinam Eva Bhavati Tad Evam Jnana Muktim Idam Eva Swabhavo Vyatmam Uchyate iti Anena Shigita Suttam Swasya Sudhasyatmano Bhavo Bhavana Atmani Ati Kritya Vartamanatvat Adhyatma Sabde Nochyate Yata Iti Artaha. Okay, so Bhakti Sandarbha 214, 215. So in the இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு this song, big song, no, something like that they have given. I'm sorry, suddenly I went to Tamil. So here Nirvishesha Chinmatra, they are talking about Chinmatra Brahman Bhavanesu. So they are talking about how Krishna is in Brahman form, but he is not Brahman. So this is what they are trying to make it concluded with Bhakti Sandarbha also. So now we have to go to Bhakti Sandarbha and see what they are talking about this. What Bhakti Sandarbha is talking about, 214 and 215. First, the listeners understand that the supreme spiritual object was beyond matter, but they were not able to discern that qualities and form of the Lord arising from the Lord's Swarupa Shakti existed in that spiritual object, just as persons with a material eye cannot discern the internal and external details of the heavenly chariot of the sun god and the rays and light particles in the sun, which they merely perceive as light. If one possesses spiritual vision to see the details by the mercy of a devotee, one can then realize the details of the Lord, in the Lord. If not, a person will simply merge into Brahman on realizing that it is consciousness without qualities. In Gita 8.3, this liberation by jnana is described in the phrase Swabhavo Adhyatmam Uchyate. The word Adhyatma means conception, bhavaha, of the pure Atma, since Adhyatma means related to the Atma. Okay, this is very simple only. Don't worry. We will, just now we will finish making this workshop. Don't worry. It's very simple. Okay. So this now, the Bhakti Sandarbha we are going to. So these 3 pages now we finished doing. So these pages also we finished doing this, doing a workshop. And now, so now we have to do only Bhakti Sandarbha now as a workshop. Somebody has to mute her. Okay. So Bhakti Sandarbha says what? Bhakti Sandarbha. Yeah. Now we have Bhakti Sandarbha. First, the listeners understand that the supreme spiritual object was beyond matter, but they were not able to uh, uh, but they were not able to discern that qualities and form of the Lord arising from the Lord's Swarupa Shakti existed in the spiritual object, just as person with the material light cannot discern the internal. Okay, now we will copy this and paste it here. So this is, we got all the things now. In Bhakti Sandarbha, first the listeners, first of all, when we were listening, no, what we were thinking, okay, supreme spiritual object is beyond matter. So this is what now we understood. Okay, because he is not having material hands and material eyes. He's not, nothing material can affect him. Okay, this point we understood. But then they are saying, we can discern that qualities and form of the Lord arising from the Lord's Swarupa Shakti. This is the point. Lord's Swarupa Shakti. This is very important point. This Lord's Swarupa Shakti is a very important point. Okay. So from Lord's Swarupa Shakti comes all the Shaktis. Okay. From Lord's Swarup Shakti comes all the other Shaktis. So from Krishna's Swarup Shakti comes his form, his name, his qualities, his Dhamma. Everything comes from Swarupa. Krishna's Swarupa. Swarupa. From Krishna's Swarupa. From that Rupa, Swarupa, all the Shaktis are coming. Okay? So that means Krishna has a beautiful Swarupa. So then that form has many, many qualities and many, many Shaktis because he's Shaktiman, who's having all Shaktis. So from his Swarupa, how his Swarupa is called? Satchit Ananda Vigraha. His Swarupa is called as Satchit Ananda Vigraha. So his Swarupa itself is equal to Sat Chit. Chit. Satchit Ananda. Satchit Ananda. Sat plus Chit plus Chit plus Ananda. So is equal to Vigraha. Vigraha. Vigraha means Murti. Means that Vigraha means Murti. Murti. Vigraha means Murti means that form. Murti or form. Okay. So this is Swarupa Shakti. The Lord Swarupa Shakti. This is very, very important point. Please, devotees, this point you have to nicely see this point. This is, we all know this, but it is, we have not given much importance for this. Lord's Swarupa Shakti. Lord's Swarupa Shakti is equal to Sach Chit Ananda Vigraha. So in Lord's Krishna's Swarupa Shakti, Swarupa means Swarupa. We can make it like this: Swarupa, Swarupa. Okay, Shakti. From his Swarupa only, this Shakti is coming. So what are all the Shaktis are coming from Swarupa? Hladini Shakti, Samvit Shakti, so Sandini Shakti. So this Swarupa Shakti is also called as Sandini Shakti or Sandini Shakti. Swarupa Shakti or Sandini Shakti. Okay? Swarupa. I just made it splitted because I wanted you to learn Swarupa Shakti or Sandini Shakti. From the Swarupa Shakti or Sandini Shakti comes Hladini Shakti and Samvit Shakti. Okay? So from Sandini Shakti or Swarupa Shakti comes Samvit Shakti and Hladini Shakti. So what is the Swarupa Shakti? We know what is the Swarupa Shakti. See, we call Krishna as Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. So the Sat is there in Swarupa, Chit is there in Swarupa, Krishna Swarupa, and Ananda is there with Swarupa. Ananda is Hladini Shakti. And Sat and Chit together is called Samvit Shakti, Balram. Okay, this Ananda is Radharani. Okay, so this all together is the Vigraha, this Murti, form. This Vigraha is called Krishna. Okay, this Vigraha, Murti or form is called as Krishna. It's called as Krishna. Got the point? Huh? Murti, Vigraha or Murti or form is called as Krishna. So now, Chit is not called as Sandini Shakti. Swarupa Shakti is called as Sandini Shakti. Sat Chit, both together is called Samvit Shakti. Chit and Sat is called Samvit Shakti. And Ananda is called Hladini Shakti. Sat is Samvit. Yes, Sat is Samvit. Yeah. Sat. Now, this, shall we write it again? Because we want to learn it, no? Sat, Sat, plus Chit. Sat. Yeah, I think Sat will come. Sat plus Chit is equal to Samvit Shakti. Samvit Shakti. Okay? Then next is Ananda. Ananda is equal to Hladini Shakti. Hladini Dini Shakti. Okay? So now come down. Samvit Shakti plus Hladini Shakti is equal to Swarupa Shakti is equal to or Sandini Shakti. Sandini Shakti or Swarupa Shakti. Okay? See, now we have to learn only about this Swarupa Shakti. This Swarupa, Krishna's Rupa is such a wonderful Shakti, from which Shakti only all the Shaktis are coming. So that Swarupa, they are saying Krishna doesn't have Swarupa. Rupa itself is not there. That means where is all the Shaktis? Shaktiman's Rupa itself, they are not accepting, means what kind of people these people are? Uh, Prabhupada means he will immediately rascals. He will call rascals. They are telling that the Shaktiman's Rupa itself doesn't have Swarupa. Okay. So now we have got three Shaktis. Samvit Shakti, Ladri Shakti, and Shandini Shakti, which is also called as Swarupa Shakti. Okay. This Swarupa Shakti only now we got here this point. Lord's Swarupa Shakti is existed in the where now Swarupa Shakti, where we here is the Swarupa Shakti. We will read this now. But they were not able to discern that qualities and form of the Lord arising from the Lord's Swarupa. Swarupa Shakti, that Swarupa Shakti, from Swarupa Shakti comes Aladhani Shakti and Samvit Shakti. They are not able to discern these qualities. Lord Swarupa Shakti existed in the spiritual object, just as persons with the material eye cannot discern. So this is what discern the internal and external details of the heavenly chariot of the sun god and the rays and light particles in the sun, which they merely perceive as light. Okay. Okay. So now they are not, these people cannot see Krishna's the spiritual energy, spiritual. Krishna is spiritual. Krishna is having spiritual Shaktis and spiritual hands, spiritual form. They cannot accept this. They cannot see this. How? Because with the material eye, just as the material, the persons with the material eye cannot discern the internal and external details of the heavenly chariot. Okay, as we cannot see the chariot from the sun god's chariot. You can always think about Surya Deva. Surya Deva always comes from his chariot, in his chariot, no? So in the chariot, from the chariot, all that effulgence comes. But when we are seeing sun, we are not able to see the chariot, the Surya Dev. We are not able to see his chariot. We are not able to see the Surya Dev coming on the chariot. Nothing we can see. We can only see only the effulgence coming from the sun, isn't it? So like that, these people, these persons who are having only material thoughts, and they limit they're unqualified. They don't have qualification even to accept that Krishna has spiritual qualities and spiritual swarupa. All this, no? That is because of that less qualification. They are not with that material mind. They are not able to discern. They are not able to conclude with Krishna. Okay? So if one possesses spiritual vision to see the details by the mercy of the devotee, so only by the mercy of a devotee. This is very important. Okay? Now we go for the next understanding. So here we will go. Now we have understood all this. We will remove this. And now we are going sentence by sentence. If somebody asks, have you read Bhakti Tattva Viveka? Yes, come, sit down. I will take the class. You should be in that level. Okay? If one possesses spiritual vision to see the details by the mercy of a devotee, this is very, very important. If we get a mercy, by the mercy of By the mercy of the devotee, by the mercy of a devotee, if we get a chance to have chance uh, to to possess spiritual vision, chance to possess spiritual vision, then uh, uh, then we can, then one can, then one can, okay, then also it's coming. One can then realize the details of the Lord. Okay. So now we will make this 3 points to come together. Big. By the mercy of a devotee, number 1 point, by the mercy of the devotee, if we get a chance to possess spiritual vision. So now we are able to understand Krishna as a supreme Lord. We are able to perceive Krishna with with our spiritual vision. No, it's all because of the mercy of the devotee. Who is that devotee? The pure devotee, our Maharaj. So with our Gurudev's permission, with our Gurudev has given, our Guru has given us eyes to see, to have the spiritual vision. Okay, to possess the spiritual vision, then we can realize the details of the Lord. I think we will write like this. Then we can realize the details of the Lord. Okay, I got the point. Very easy, no? First, we have to get the mercy of the devotee. Next, our spiritual vision will open our eyes. Then we can realize the Lord, details of the Lord. So that is why we are accepting Krishna is there. We are accepting Krishna is beautiful form. Krishna has Swarup Shakti. So Krishna's from Krishna's Swarup Shakti comes Haladini Shakti, Samvit Shakti. So Haladini Shakti turns into a girl and she is Radharani. Everything we are accepting without a question, without a doubt. We are accepting yes, 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 yes. That is what a devotee. Devotee accepts the Shastra. Devotee accepts the devotee. Whatever the devotee says, we accept it. That's why we are able to, we accept, we have faith in Shastra, Sadhu, Guru. So, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, we accept. That's why we are able to realize the Lord. That is what now we have got this knowledge, this understanding that Krishna is Supreme Lord. He is Goloka Vrindavana. He is from Goloka Vrindavana. Everything we have. But if not, a person will simply merge into Brahman on realizing that it is consciousness without qualities. So if not, so this is the next point. 4th point. If not, then what will happen? That's all. In Gita, liberation, okay. In Gita 8.3, this liberation by jnana is described in the phrase Swabhavo Vyatmam Uchyate. The word Adhyatma means conception, bhavaha, of the pure Atma, since Adhyatma means related to the Atma. Okay, we can remove all these things. It's something related to Atma. This is the 4th point. Okay, now we have finished this page also. We have finished. We have learned this page also. Realizing Brahman, simply merge into Brahman on realizing that it is consciousness without qualities. That is all. So this page we finished. Okay. So from this page, we got only these items. By the mercy of a devotee, if we get a chance to possess a we get a chance to possess spiritual vision, possess spiritual vision, then we can realize the details of the Lord. If not, a person will simply merge into Brahman on realizing that it is consciousness without qualities. Okay, so we finish this page. Now next page. The meaning of Jiva Goswami's statement is that by negating matter, what is impermanent or false, one conceives of a spiritual substance beyond matter, but one cannot perceive spiritual qualities in that substance. If at that time one attains a Vaishnava Guru who knows about the absolute endowed with qualities, then one is saved from the fault of merging in Brahman. So these points also we can bring it in this page only. Negating matter, what is impermanent or false? One conceives of a spiritual substance beyond matter, but one cannot perceive spiritual qualities in that substance. So here you got the next item, next point. This is the fifth point. This is the fifth point. I'll make it big for you. Okay. So now the fifth point is that one conceives of a spiritual substance beyond matter, but one cannot perceive spiritual qualities in that substance. So if we are going to end up with Brahman, then only these things will happen. Okay. So one conceives of a spiritual substance. Who the person who wants to merge in Brahman, he conceives he conceives of a spiritual substance beyond matter, but one cannot perceive spiritual qualities in that substance. They think something spiritual is there, something spiritual which is beyond matter. That is all they know. But in spirituality also they have spiritual body, spiritual eyes, spiritual things. All this they are not able to understand. This is the problem with this Brahman people. Okay, spiritual substance. Then next step. Then if at that time one attains, Vaishnava Guru, this is the sixth point. Vaishnava Guru. If at that time one attains a Vaishnava Guru, we can be saved. Who knows about the absolute, endowed with qualities, then one is saved. Then one is saved from the fault of merging in Brahman. This is the seventh point. Okay? So this is the seventh point. So first, by the mercy of a devotee, we will get a chance to possess spiritual vision. Then we can realize about the Lord, Krishna. If not, we will simply merge in Brahman, realizing that realizing Lord without qualities. Then what will happen? He conceives of a spiritual substance beyond matter. We think that it's beyond matter. We think that it is spiritual qualities beyond matter. That is that Brahman is with beyond matter, but we cannot perceive that spiritual quality with that spiritual qualities. You understand? This is actually the spiritual substance. He understands there is something spiritual, but beyond matter. Of course, beyond matter. But he is not accepting that that spiritual is having spiritual qualities. That substance is having spiritual qualities. Why they are using that word substance? Because they say that the Lord does not have form, qualities, pastimes, nothing, no name, no form. So they are calling it as spiritual substance, something. They're calling it as something. So they're not even able to call by a name. Okay, but if at that time one attains a Vaishnava Guru, then if one attains a Vaishnava Guru who knows about the absolute endowed with qualities, then one is saved from the fault of merging in Brahman. Okay, so then it is very dangerous. If we are not going to get a Vaishnava Guru, we will end up like this. But if we get a Vaishnava Guru, we are saved. We will not again go to merge in Brahman, because we will accept. We will accept Krishna with qualities, because the Guru is there who will give us spiritual vision. So we can. Okay, this also we finish. This page also we finish. Okay, next page. Next. This is next page. First we will study. Those who cultivate the absolute exclusively by yoga end up with realization of Paramatma, who pervades the universe. They cannot attain realization of Bhagavan. Paramatma, Vishnu, with qualities described in the scriptures, is a goal of the yogis. There is a little bhakti in this process, but it is not pure bhakti. One should not expect that these practitioners will end up following the path of Bhagavan based on the idea that all dharmas in the world are types of yoga searching for Paramatma. Okay, this page also we will finish now. It's very easy. It's very easy. Okay, this page now we will have a new page. Okay, new page we'll have here. Okay, now we'll make it as those who cultivate the absolute exclusively by yoga. This is the number one point. Those who, this is for Jnana and this is for yoga. This is for Jnanis and this is for yogis. Yogis. This is for yogis. This is for yogis. Okay. Now, this is for yogis. This is a topic. Okay. Now, those who cultivate the absolute. See, absolute we will make it as Lord. Cultivate the Lord exclusively by yoga. Cultivate Lord exclusively by yoga. End up with realization of Paramatma, who pervades the universe. Okay? They cannot attain realization of Bhagavan. This third point. So all this we will put it in the week. Those who cultivate the Lord exclusively by yoga, it's for yogis, end up with realization of Paramatma, who pervades the universe. Okay, they cannot attain realization of Bhagavan. How can they get the realization of Bhagavan? Because they want Paramatma realization. They will end up only with Paramatma. Paramatma, Vishnu with Paramatma, Vishnu with qualities. Vishnu with some qualities. Why we are saying Vishnu with some qualities? Vishnu has, how many qualities? Vishnu has 60 qualities. So now we will tell here. Paramatma Vishnu with some. Paramatma is Vishnu with some qualities. Now you understand, huh? Huh? Okay. So now here only we will write down. Vishnu is equal to how many qualities? 60 qualities. Vishnu with 60 qualities. Krishna is equal to 64 qualities. 64 qualities. Vishnu, 60 qualities. Then so just like Vishnu, some qualities Paramatma also is having. So like Vishnu also we can put with so that means Paramatma is equal to 60 qualities. But they say that not like Vishnu. So that means maybe lesser than 60 qualities. We have to ask Maharaj, does Paramatma has 60 qualities like Vishnu? Described in the scriptures is the goal of the yogis. So Paramatma is the goal of the yogis. Paramatma is equal to goal of the yogis. Is the described in the scriptures. He is the goal of the yogis. Okay, it's the goal of the yogis. There is a little bhakti in this process. See, now they are not saying when we are loving or when we are doing some bhakti for Paramatma, that is not Shuddha Bhakti. Now they are trying to tell that this is all not pure bhakti. So Paramatma is a goal of the yogis, but there is a little bhakti in this process. But it is not pure bhakti. Okay? So now we have to, what they are trying to bring it here, they are trying to bring the point that this is not pure bhakti. So Paramatma worship is equal to little bhakti. Little bhakti and it is not pure bhakti. It is not pure bhakti. For this conclusion only they are coming. Okay? For this conclusion they are coming. Paramatma worship. Little bhakti and it is only little bhakti and it is only little bhakti and not pure bhakti. And not pure bhakti. And that also is not, and that is also, that little bhakti is also not pure bhakti. And that bhakti is also, not pure bhakti. You got the point? It's all very important points. This is Paramatma worship. Paramatma worship is equal to, it is only little bhakti, and that little bhakti is also not pure bhakti. It is only the Paramatma worshippers. They are doing only little bhakti, and that bhakti is also not pure bhakti. This is what they are trying to tell in this page. If you read like this, this page like this, you will not understand. And now You can very easily understand. Just like a small child can understand ABCD, we can understand. There is a little bhakti in this process, but it's not pure bhakti. Okay, so we'll remove this. Okay. One should not expect that these practitioners will end up following the path of Bhagavan. This is the seventh point. They are saying these practitioners, Paramatma worship, the practitioners of the, we can write the Paramatma worshippers. The Paramatma worshippers, we are trying to put everything easy for you. Okay? The Paramatma worshippers is equal to what they are doing is equal to one should not expect that these practitioners, the Paramatma, one should not expect that these practitioners will end up following the path of Bhagavan. We cannot expect them. We cannot expect them to take up the path of Bhakti Yoga, path of Bhagavan, or take up Bhakti Yoga. We can write Bhakti Yoga. Take up Bhakti Yoga, or accept Bhagavan by accepting Bhagavan. By accepting Bhagavan. Okay? Okay. Because Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam, based on the idea that all dharmas in the world are types of yoga, searching for Paramatma. And that all dharmas in the world are types of yoga, searching for Paramatma. But Krishna says that Sarva dharman parityaja. We cannot expect them to take up Bhakti Yoga by accepting Bhagavan, Krishna, by accepting Krishna as Bhagavan. Krishna as Bhagavan. We cannot expect them. Okay? We cannot expect them because they will not do that. We cannot. That is what many devotees, the newcomers, they are very enthusiastic. They will say, I will go preach to him and he will become a devotee. I will go and preach to him, he will become a devotee. It's not like that. It's not so easy. Anybody, we cannot make them devotee if they are following, this Paramatma or Brahman, they are following. But some devotees, some people, when they are in Nirakara, following Brahman worship, if they meet a devotee, because of the devotee's mercy, they will change into Bhagavan worship. It's very difficult. Even the Paramatma worshipper cannot become a devotee. What to speak of the Jnani who is worshipping Brahman, who's not worshipping Bhagavan. So, Suta Goswami, he associated with Vyasadeva, so he became a devotee. So, like that, if we associate with a devotee, then we can also, by the mercy of the devotee, we can become a devotee of Krishna. Otherwise, we cannot expect these Paramatma worshippers to become a devotee. Okay, that's what they're saying. We cannot expect them to take up Bhakti Yoga by accepting Krishna as Bhagavan. We cannot expect them to take up Bhakti Yoga and become devotee of Krishna. That is easy, no? And become a devotee of Krishna. A devotee of Krishna. This is easy, no? You can understand this. This is even more easy for you to accept. So the Paramatma worshippers, we cannot expect them to take up Bhakti Yoga and become a devotee of Krishna. It's very difficult. They will not become. Okay. But then again, we are going to the next page. Now we finish this page. Now we are going to the next page. Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and Karma Yoga are included in it. Raja Yoga or Adhyatma Yoga though situated on this path, is often included in jnana. The conclusion is that a vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. In Bhakti Sandarbha, it is stated, Antaryatmit, Antaryamit va Maya, Maya Shakti Prachura, Chit Shakti Amsa Vishishtam, Paramatma. Paramatma, Paramatma. So Paramatma is here. Paramatma is endowed with the pervasive aspect of the Lord, with a portion of the Chit Shakti, but is also heavily endowed with the Maya Shakti. Oh my God. See, such a statement Bhakti Sandarbha is giving. If we are not studying this statement, how will we understand about Paramatma? And never ever we will understand. Just in this small book, Maharaj has detailedly explained about Paramatma. Who is Paramatma? Okay, so this page now, we will study this page. Now we finish this page. Yeah. And one more page, we left it. So since all the steps in the yoga are filled with obstacles to bhakti, and finally with meditation of the self as God, it is highly possible that the person ends up in the trap of jnana. That person does not attain realization of the eternal form of the Lord or his spiritual qualities. The form they imagine during meditation is a universal form or the Hiranyagarbha form in the heart. These forms are not eternal. This is called their realization of Paramatma. Though this path is superior to jnana, it is not a perfect path. Okay, so this page also we have to finish studying. We will put this page also into points. Since all the steps in this yoga are filled with obstacles to bhakti. And finally, with meditation, what they are doing, all the steps in this yoga are filled with obstacles to bhakti. This is number 1 point. All the steps are very bad, no? All the steps in this yoga is obstacles to bhakti. See, all the steps in this yoga are filled with obstacles to bhakti. Yoga itself is so many obstacles are there. All the steps are obstacles for bhakti. And finally, the meditation of the self as God, it is highly possible. So next step is finally they are meditating on themselves as self as God. This is very, very bad. Very, very bad. There is no concept of dualism. There is a concept of monism. That means monism means there is no Lord and devotee. They say only Lord and myself, I become God. I become that. Very bad. All the steps in this yoga are filled with obstacles for going to bhakti. For going to bhakti. For going to bhakti. Finally, they end up in meditating themselves, meditating the self as God, meditating themselves as God. Okay, the second point. Then third point, it is highly possible that the person ends up in the trap of So that means it is highly possible. So the person, third point is that the person ends up in the trap of jnana. That's all. At last, that person ends up in the trap of jnana. Okay? At last, that person ends up in the trap of jnana. That person does not attain. So then, that person does not attain realization of the eternal form of the Lord. This is very bad. He is not attaining realization of the eternal form of the Lord. He's not realizing the eternal form of the Lord or his spiritual qualities. He's not able to understand the Lord, Krishna in his spiritual qualities, he cannot, eternal form. That person does not attain realization. Okay. Cannot, the person cannot realize the eternal form of the Lord, eternal form or form or the spiritual qualities of the Lord, or the spiritual qualities, of the Lord. Okay? So we are putting it in an easy language so that you can understand, no? That person cannot realize the eternal form or the spiritual qualities of the Lord. They cannot understand Lord. Okay, that's the fourth point. Then, the form they imagine during meditation. This is very important. What they do? They meditate. Sit and they meditate. Is a universal form or the Hiranyagarbha form in the heart. This is very, very important subject. We have to know now what is this Hiranyagarbha form. You see, universal is the universal form, or the Hiranyagarbha form in the heart. This is the fifth point. These forms are not eternal. Okay, this is the sixth point. This is called the realization of Paramatma. Though this path is superior to jnana, it is not a perfect path. This is called a realization of Paramatma. This is what they call it as. This is and then this is superior to this path is superior to jnana, but it's not a perfect path. So we got 8 points here. Okay. So now we will understand what is this Hiranyagarbha form, the universal form. What is this universal form? We see that Krishna is giving this universal form darshana for Arjuna. And we all think that that's a very great darshana which Arjuna is getting. But Maharaj told it's a very, very lesser type of samdarshana. And Krishna had to bring down Arjuna's vision, because Arjuna was having a wonderful relationship with Krishna in Sakya Rasa. Okay, so he was having a spiritual vision. He was having a spiritual relationship with Krishna. So when he said that I want to see you, your this universal form, then Krishna had to bring his vision down. He had to bring his quality down, Arjuna's quality to become down, so that he can see this universal form. That form is the Hiranyagarbha form. That Hiranyagarbha form is actually made up of material elements, material form. It's a not an eternal form, it's a material form. So that about that we will be seeing in the next page. The Hiranyagarbha form is a form which has been shown to Arjuna. This form is not a spiritual form, it's a material form. It's a form which is made up of the material elements. Okay, so this universal form is not a spiritual form. Okay, so this form only they are seeing in the meditation. So these are the 8 points. All the steps. Okay, now here, all the steps. Finally. Okay, so this is this page. For this page, we have got all these points. If you read these points, you'll understand this page. If you read this page, for these points, for this page. Okay, these points for this page, these 2 pages. Okay, these 2 pages. So like this, we are making workshop for each page to understand. Otherwise, it is difficult. See, if you take the points and read, pakka, you will be perfectly, you will understand this particular book. Okay, so now this page we are doing Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and Karma Yoga are included in it. Raja Yoga, Adhyatma Yoga, those situated on this path is often included in Jnana. Okay, so now included in it means Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and Karma Yoga are included, are is equal to, now you understand, yoga, yogas, yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, yoga path. But those situated on this path is often included in Jnana. So this is included in is equal to Jnana. Is equal to Jnana. Jnana Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga. Jnana Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. So this is 1 point. Then 2 points. The second point. Jnana Yoga. See, now you will understand. Huh? Just a minute. I'll make it big, then you will understand. I'll bring this down. So you've got 2 points here. Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and Karma Yoga is equal to Ashtanga Yoga. We call now Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. No, in this Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, all these are coming under Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. Raja Yoga or Adhyatma Yoga is coming under. It's all called Yoga, but it's coming under Jnana Yoga. Okay, you got the point. This is what they are telling. The conclusion is that a vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. So this is the last conclusion they want to give. So the conclusion is that a vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. We cannot call this as pure bhakti. That's all. We cannot call this yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Jnana yoga as pure bhakti. Even the Ashtanga yoga people, they are having a vision of Paramatma. They are worshipping. Conclusion is that worshipping Paramatma, we will put like that. Is that worshipping Paramatma is not pure bhakti. Okay? So now we concluded in Paramatma worship is not pure bhakti. Okay? In Bhakti Sandarbha, now we will take Bhakti Sandarbha. It is stated Antarya Vika. Okay. So this one we studied before already. Bhakti Sandarbha, what they are saying? Paramatma is endowed with the pervasive aspect of the Lord, with a portion of the Chit Shakti, but is also heavily endowed with the Maya Shakti. Okay. So now this is the fourth point. That but in Bhakti Sandarbha, the fourth point is given. Fourth point is from Bhakti Sandarbha. We can put like this, Bhakti Sandarbha. The fourth point, Paramatma is endowed. We'll make it big. Is endowed with the pervasive aspect of the Lord, with a portion of the is endowed with the pervasive aspect of the Lord, with a portion of Chit Shakti, but is also heavily endowed with the Maya Shakti. Okay, so now we will put like this. We have to understand now. With a portion of Chit Shakti plus heavy portion of Maya Shakti. Okay, now we got the point. It's easy, no? Little portion of Chit Shakti, a little portion of Chit Shakti plus a large, heavy portion of Maya Shakti is equal to Paramatma worship. Paramatma worship. Okay, that's all they say. Little portion of Chit Shakti plus heavy portion of Maya Shakti is equal to Paramatma worship. That's all. So what else we want? It is very, very easy. Paramatma worship. That's all. We can also put this like this. Paramatma worship. Copy. Paramatma worship. I'm just making you to understand. We'll put more nicely from Paramatma worship. Two portions are coming. little portion of Chit Shakti, little portion of Chit Shakti, then heavy portion of Maya Shakti. So both together is Paramatma worship. Both together is Paramatma worship. Little portion of Chit Shakti, heavy portion of Maya Shakti. Okay. So this is Paramatma worship. How Paramatma is endowed with Maya Shakti. That is what all this time we are studying. For conclusion of this only, they have given so many 2-3 pages of Bhakti Sandarbha is giving us so much of explanations. For concluding this point only, we have come. We are learning so much. We have already finished learning for this point. Paramatma is not Paramatma worship, and Paramatma is only made up of little portion of Shiv Shakti and heavy portion of Maya Shakti, because Paramatma is what they saying, it's Hiranya Garbha form, it's universal form. It's something like the form they imagine during meditation is a universal form, or Hiranya Garbha form in the heart. So the Paramatma is something like this Hiranya Garbha form. So that is why they are saying like this. So for concluding this point, how much they have spoken, no? We can't omit. See, this for coming for this conclusion, Bhakti Sandarbha is fighting so much, and we have to accept it. That's all. Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga is Ashtanga Yoga. Raja Yoga, Adhyatma Yoga is Jnana Yoga. The conclusion is that worshipping Paramatma is not, that is why I am making it very sure, is not pure bhakti. Because this Paramatma itself, no, the Paramatma portion, the Paramatma worship and Paramatma is, he is consists of little portion of Chit Shakti and heavy portion of Maya Shakti. Because he is the Hiranya Garbha form. It's universal form. See, they're showing. Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga are included in it. Raja Yoga or Adhyatma Yoga. Okay, the conclusion is that the vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. In Bhakti Sandarbha, it is stated this: Paramatma is endowed with the, has to come, endowed with the pervasive aspect of the Lord, with a portion of the Chit Shakti, but is also heavily endowed with the Maya Shakti. So they are teaching, no, we have to accept it. So the conclusion is that a vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. So the vision is like this. It's not pure bhakti. So they have told that a vision we can see a vision what that will in little Paramatma worship. That is what we are talking about, Paramatma worship. We are not talking about Paramatma. We are talking about Paramatma worship. Because the worship has got something wrong. The vision of worship itself is wrong. These people know worshipping Paramatma is not pure bhakti. Why? Because their vision itself is wrong. When they are visioning Paramatma, they accept little portion of Chit Shakti and heavy portion of Maya Shakti. Together they accept Paramatma. So that is why their vision is a little difficult or different. The Paramatma worshippers, a vision where we can add this vision is called as a realization, their realization of Paramatma. Their realization is wrong. Their vision itself is wrong. But the Paramatma here, in the beginning, we saw that he is also having that point we are questioning. Krishna has 64 qualities. Paramatma is Vishnu with qualities. Paramatma is Vishnu with qualities, everyone. Which qualities? How many qualities? They have not told there. That point is not clear there. So, Krishna is 64 qualities, Vishnu is 60 qualities. Paramatma, we are assuming that 60 qualities, but we are not knowing, we have to question Maharaj. Paramatma is Vishnu with qualities. So that means, how many qualities we don't know. Okay, if we accept Paramatma as Vishnu with 60 qualities, as Vishnu with 60 qualities also, the vision of the Paramatma worshippers is wrong. The vision. Paramatma is the goal of the yogis. The Paramatma worshippers vision. It is only little bhakti, and that bhakti is also not pure bhakti. Vision is that they are talking about the vision. Did you see that person here? The conclusion is that a vision of Paramatma is not pure bhakti. So they are visioning Paramatma. Paramatma worshippers' vision is not pure. It's not pure. Vision is not pure. So it is only little bhakti. So it is only little bhakti, and that bhakti is also not pure bhakti. Vision is wrong. That the Paramatma worshippers' vision is wrong. Even if we take Paramatma as Vishnu with 60 qualities, we can even accept Paramatma as Vishnu with 60 qualities, but Paramatma worshippers' vision is not pure. The worshippers are not pure. Their vision is not pure. That is as pure bhakti. Okay? We cannot expect them to become a devotee of Krishna also. So all these problems are there. Paramatma worship, so many problems are there. Little portion of Bhakti Sandarbha says, little portion of Sixth Shakti plus heavy portion of Maya Shakti is equal to Paramatma worship. They have given as, this is the Paramatma worship. And we can also say, this is the vision of the just a minute. This is the vision of the Paramatma worshippers. Paramatma worshippers. Okay? Paramatma worship, little portion of Sixth. Yes. I think it's very clear. These people are confusing it. This Paramatma people, they are confusing it, and they are taking it in a different way. They are the Paramatma worship. They are mixing a little of Chit Shakti, and they are mixing a lot of Maya Shakti, heavy portion of Maya Shakti they are mixing. So that's a problem. So that is why this thing is happening for them. This is not happening with the devotees. No, they are very easily they are able to see Krishna as with all his spiritual qualities. But these people cannot see Paramatma with all his spiritual qualities. They are only mixing up little Chit Shakti and a heavy portion of Maya Shakti they're mixing. This is the problem. This is a problem of these Paramatma worshippers. So this is a wrong vision of the Paramatma worship. It's yeah, this is the vision. This is the lesser vision, lesser of the Paramatma worshippers. Okay, are you clear now, devotees? Are you clear? Okay, at least this many pages we studied, and all those pages we did workshops. Okay, till now we have finished this. And after creating the universal Bhagavan, so this we have to go tomorrow only, because we have to go slowly and we have to understand. Otherwise, what is the use? Not just running as if we have understood. So, all very, very topmost philosophy is what Maharaj is giving. So today, so nicely from Bhakti Sangama, we learned that Paramatma worshippers are having a lesser vision, that they are mixing a little portion of Chit Shakti and a heavy portion of Maya Shakti. So this is what they call it as Paramatma worship. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees. So we will from tomorrow for for 2 days, there will not be class tomorrow and after tomorrow. So we are going out of station. So tomorrow and after tomorrow, please forgive us. And we will be sending you homework and what are all the class you are supposed to hear. That also we will be sending it to you. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. To be patient with us because these topics are really little difficult only. But the difficult portions we are learning it very easily. Okay. So no need to worry about all these philosophies. No? They're all actually very simple only. So these are all actually not needed for us. This is for the yogis and jnanis only. But we are just trying to understand what these people are learning, what these people are doing. These Paramatma worship people, what they are doing. So why they are not getting the result as we are, as we do. So when we see inside, there are so many obstacles and so many difficulties and so many different of opinion in them, and they have a very lesser vision. That's why they are a problem. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hari Bol. Vancha kalpadarupesha kripa sindhupye evacha patitanam pavanebhyo